All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Mixed Bag. Meg Atkins here with Matthew Galloway. Matthew, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, Meg? What's going on?
I'm doing good. It was a fun weekend of golf and Olympics and hockey and all the fun things today. So we got a lot to talk about, and I'm very excited. We're going to intro her right here at the beginning, kind of switch things up a little bit because we have Sophie Walker here. It's the Sophie Walker special. We got
We're going three wide.
Three wide dispatch from Thailand. Sophie is broadcaster, works on the team for Sky Sports. She was trekking along through the heat, through the hills in Thailand all week long. If you were listening and watching the broadcast, you heard her all week long. We are pumped to have Sophie kind of tell us about how it was on the ground at Thailand for Gino's big win. We're jumping straight into it. Gino wins at home. She wins by 1 over Chizzy EY. What a cool story. What a cool day for her to pull it out. And I just am thinking back to us previewing this, Matthew, and it was like, here she is, number 1 player in the world, going home to Thailand, and she goes out and does it and gets the win. So
Storybook ending.
Storybook ending, kind of dream victory for her. There's a lot to get to, from her emotions, from how much this meant to her, to the crowds, to the excitement and buzz on the ground there. I hate using the word buzz. I can't believe I just used buzz as a buzzword, but here we are. So Sophie, I'm going to toss it over to you. Let's just get kind of your, it's Sunday night for us. It's Monday morning for you. So you've had a little bit of time to digest it. What's your overall takeaway from an incredible week in Thailand?
You don't often get the fairy tale, right? That the world number 1 doesn't always win. It's not like sports where it's just you against me, like tennis. She had to beat everybody else, and for her to, she really does carry the hopes of all these people that come and watch her. It's ridiculous. I reckon we had 50,000 people there this week, and they've all got, it was crazy. They've got Gino fan club t-shirts on. Everyone has got them on. They were singing happy birthday every time she made a birdie putt on that birthday. I was lucky to have all 4 days with her, and I thought she managed the occasion incredibly well. Played beautifully, sensibly, actually, on a course that you do have to be aggressive on. But the battery must be low for Gino right now, because there was a lot of demand on her. She did a walk and talk with me on Thursday. No issue whatsoever. She does have time for so many people. But this is a kid that came to this tournament age 8 with her granddad.
Right.
She played in it at 14. She's obviously played in it in the last few years, come second, come third. And now she gets over the line. This is what a legacy event is all about.
Yeah, it's incredible. It almost, the close calls, like you mentioned, the thirds, and I think she was second a few years back too, kind of makes her coming in finally world number 1, first time playing it as the best in the world. And it kind of makes just the victory a little bit sweeter, because you've had these close calls and you knew how much she wanted it. Matthew, I jumped in there before you. What did you have to say?
No, I just kind of basically the same. Like, it's kind of outside of the mess in Orlando. This is almost like a dream start for the LPGA. You've got your number 1 player winning in her homeland, and you got Charlie winning last week, and it wasn't quite an LPGA event, but it's kind of like your stars are starting to star. You're starting to develop this kind of little grouping of like the best players kind of starting to show their best stuff, and we're kind of waiting to see them all play together at the same time. We're kind of going to have to hold on to that until March, I think. But I'm kind of curious to know, like, what did you see in her game? I feel like you've watched her play in the past before, Sophie, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, she's been beating me since she was 14. I played in the Thai Open that she won twice as an amateur. So I know her well.
So what about? I feel like what's progressed so much in her golf game, you think, to get her to, like, she's always been this kind of top 10 machine as far as I know when she started kind of showing up, but you've seen her progress even more on LAT side until now. Like, what's been the big move in her game? Is just kind of getting good in every facet, or like especially watching it this week. Like you're like, can anyone beat her? You think if she's on?
Look, golf. Everyone can beat everyone at some point.
Yeah, right, right.
Like, yeah. Is she in the top? I think those three at the moment, the Nelly, the Charlie, and Gino, are separating themselves, which that's the kind of cool thing to have in the game. But every now and again, so the LET often gets somebody that we see, and then they go on. It says it's a feeder tour, whatever, but normally from somewhere other than America. I would say there's 3 times in my life that I have seen players that I have thought they're going to go into world number 1. Amy Yang, Eri Jatanagarn, who started on the LET, and Gino.
Yeah.
So her floor was already really, really high. She hit it long, considering it didn't look long. Her ball flight never seemed to be affected by the wind. Although she said, I hate playing in the wind, the ball flight, she'd hit driver and it would just stay there. There was no movement in it. She used to say to me, look, I only hit a fade. I can't hit a draw. There's a less shape on that golf ball now. Like her weakness, she says, is sometimes I overfade it. So that's kind of a not a usual thing to have from a female golfer. She's also spoken about getting her wedge game a bit better. She played with Lydia on the second day, and Lydia for me is the best wedge player in the world.
Totally.
Right.
You can see the difference there.
Yeah.
But she's flighting it nicely now. The last 2 years I've noticed this like 3/4 like swing that she's got some nice flights to it. Powerful player. And you know what? At the weekend, Saturday, 16, 17 and 18, she hit some golf shots. Like there was a pin on 16, a par 3, wind right to left. I've got my book actually, so I won't mess it up for you.
Pro's pro right here.
Yeah, the pins on the right hand side, 176 yards, and everyone's hitting it at the pin, and the wind's just drifting it down the left hand side, and they're all kind of 20, 30 feet left of it, whatever. And she just holds one up against the wind with a little fade, and just holds it, makes birdie, finishes birdie, 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 and it's like, oh right, there you go. There's a bit of acceleration that we have been looking for, and she has that capability. Also, she does not look that flustered most of the time. She handles her position very well. She looked nervous yesterday, but that was totally understandable.
Right. Yeah.
Totally understandable.
Given the situation,
Given the situation.
I was wondering if you picked up on that. That's kind of was my next, you can kind of tell, there was that middle of the round there. I think that shot she hit on 7 on the par 5 was, really spectacular. That side hole lie, she held that thing up pretty good. And just, she didn't cash the eagle putt in, but gosh, that shot was really good, knowing the hole. And then kind of made those 2 birdies there. I was wondering how she kind of seemed kind of going in there. Kind of seemed like she got held up there for a second, not cashing in on 15. And
yeah, I mean, if you want to, do you want to go?
No,
into
we don't. We're all to do a whole.
Do you want to start with Gino? Yeah,
more Gino. Yeah.
So there was a very high ceiling with high floor with Gino anyway, but the way that she has just kept going with it. I mean, her putting's been good. Now it's world class.
Yeah.
She has not rested on her laurels. Her golf swing has slightly changed. It used to be across the line. It's now, 3/4 to help that thumb injury. There is an excellence about her, as lovely as she is, as smiley as she is, that everyone goes on about. Couldn't be a nicer girl. She is very committed and very switched on. I think Bang Pot, her caddy, look, I don't know Thai, but I can tell when I'm watching them how he's saying, you don't want to go there, talking about slopes, the way that they work themselves around a golf course. It's a great team.
When I think about the wrist and the thumb injury and the adjustments made and how, that's not a good injury for any player. She changed her grip, had to change her grip to adjust to that injury. The wrist is still a slight issue. I mean, she took off a lot of time during the off season after CME to rest it because it was bothering her again. But the adjustments made and kind of the toughness and perseverance around that, that's an injury that can deter and can be difficult to kind of get back to where you were. And she's done that and more. And so, yes, Sophie, to your point, like you see the smiles, you see the goofiness, but there absolutely is a determination and a toughness underneath that. And I think you saw that on the back nine. It was on, it's middle of the night here, kind of when most of it was on. So I kind of watched, first 5 or 6 holes before kind of, giving up on fighting the sleep. And I thought it should be, pretty darn collected to kind of start things out. And yeah, then like that turn in that back nine, and Chizzy's making her run 2 eagles in 4 holes. And it's like, okay, like kind of make or break time, and just very, very steady. And then that birdie at 17 to kind of get her over the line, get the cushion that she needed before 18. So Sophia, like great insight there into kind of, the shot on Saturday in 16, when you see a player do something different than everybody else is doing, it's kind of eye-opening that way. And I'm wondering, does the win change the way you think about Gino? Does this win in Thailand, getting it done in her home country, does it change the way you think about Gino and her as a player?
No, because I think a lot of her. It has to help herself. She, if I can do it here, I know where you're going. Like, if I can do it here, can I do it at a major? Like, the crowd was so in it that she needed them to pull her along, but there was also an expectation of people walking onto the ground. They've all, like, loads of kids were there, and there's dads pointing over like that's Gino. They were there to see just this like procession. This was going to be easy. Our Gino's got a 2-shot lead. She's going to win, and it's never easy. There's always that bit of uncertainty. So she hits it in the bunker on 13, didn't quite strike it, got a gust of wind. And 15 was a real pivotal moment because it was a call-up hole, and Gino had put it in a bunker on the par 4, and she was 40 yards away. And Chizzy is stood over a birdie putt, and Gino's watching, and it lips out. And you wonder, if that goes in, how does Gino react from there?
Right.
And there is always just moments. We saw on 17, Chizzy's putt just didn't quite go in. Gino's did. Just how you ride that wave of emotion of, oh my, like this Chizzy could take away my dream. Like she could take it away, but Gino just carried on coming back. And if she'd have won it by a country mile, then she might not have had those feelings which she is going to need in a major. And Katrina
100%.
Matthew worked with us this week. Amazing. And she said how important, when she won in China, how important that was to win the week after or 2 weeks after, whatever it was, giving the event to Charlie. Yeah, because the next event out, she goes and wins. She holds a couple of crucial putts, which she missed. Wins there, and then you'd be the same here. If it comes down to clutch moments in a major championship, she can go back to, I birdied 17 and 18 to win in Thailand. I hit a cracking, like, gripped 8 iron. I don't always have to be full out with a 9 iron. I can hit a gripped 8, and you've seen yourself win, and you've felt what it's like. That experience has to be good.
Yeah, the place is tough because, like, it could feel like a bit of a track meet at sometimes, that golf course. I feel like you're always like, you just never know when someone's gonna like get loose and just get going. And luckily, Chizzy didn't. She kind of stalled out in the back 9, and it turned out to be the way it was. But man, that was a good watch. Especially, you got to see it in person. It was just kind of the best part. You got the best seat in the house.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
How hard was it navigating the crowds, doing your job, kind of like driving around, kind of weaseling in there? I know that's kind of like the ushering with the carts. I know it's a little dog and pony show sometimes. I'm curious how that was dealing with all that.
Never complain about crowds, Matthew.
No, you can't complain.
You know
that.
No, you just got to walk. You just got to walk.
True.
Like, it's just that I will, when it comes to calling the putts on the greens. Sorry, I say putt, you say pad or whatever it is. The putts on the greens, I will call the first putt, but I won't call the second because I need to get into position
Yeah.
on the next because it's chaos. They are just mobile phones out. Where is she? Where's Gino? Just Gino signing autographs. Like they were behind apparently, but it wasn't pace of play. They just couldn't get through the people.
Wow.
Right. It looked
I
obviously
couldn't-
looked
I
like a
couldn't
lot
call
on
a shot
TV,
on
but I was
11.
kind of really curious to hear how crazy it was.
I could not get to the tee on 11 from 10 because they'd rerouted. So
Why did they
10,
do that? By the way, why?
because it's easier to get. Sorry for cutting you off. It's easier to get from the 9th green to the old first. It's a shorter. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's maybe 50, 60 yards instead of all the way over.
Yeah, I saw they switched and I was really trying to figure it out. And I still couldn't figure out why they did it, but that makes a lot of sense. All right, sorry, that was a sidebar.
Sophie, you've seen, Aria and the fervor around her. She's won this event. Patty's won this event. Was Sunday a level above those in terms of the crowds and the excitement?
I wasn't here for area winning, so I
Yeah.
can't explain that. I did speak to Travis, who's caddied for Stacey Lewis,
Mm-hmm.
and he was out in the final group. And I said, look, you need the honour because people walk, because obviously it's not being disrespectful, but they're so into Gino.
Yeah.
And he goes, nothing will ever compare to Yanni in Taiwan.
Huh.
Right.
Never. That was just crazy. And he said, I'll deal with it. It's cool. But
Yeah.
it was raucous and in a good way. And what was also kind of cool was there was a lot of Japanese fans there. Apparently, in that area of East Bangkok, Pattaya area, there's quite a lot of Japanese. So when Chizzy hold her eagle putt on 7, that was a huge roar that we heard on 7T.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pitch in. Did you
Yeah,
see
There's
the
a lot
samurai?
of Japanese fans.
Did you see the Chizzy
I
samurai?
had my photo. So he's like a warrior in all this red.
That thing's got to be hot.
It's got to be hot. Apparently he goes to like all the events in Japan. It's a big deal.
Oh,
and he has EY, a big sign. Like when you get married or it's your birthday, or it's like Mr. and Mrs. signs. So they're that big and they're red and it says EY. He doesn't have a favourite, obviously. And they're in red and he puts these flowers on them like before he goes out. Oh, and he's so cute. Anyway, so I was like, oh, this is amazing. Let's see if we can get it on television. His W broke on the final day.
Oh, no.
I mean, that must have been a sign.
Oh, he showed up on the TV.
Oh, man. I was worried about him keeling over from the heat in that thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you talked about Gino's battery being low. Like, it's doing that in that heat, too. Like, woof. I just am, and, I kind of wrote similar to what you said, Sophie, in the newsletter about her speaking about how big of a deal it was. She knows it's not a major, but this is, in some ways feels bigger than a major, winning in Thailand. Her mom's there, her dad's there, her grandparents are there. The grandpa that took her when she was 8, there. Not the lazy sister, though, as Gino called out her sister for being lazy and not being there. It's her 3rd win in 5 starts. She's 7th in career money. It's all just, we've talked about this. The storyline going into the year, like it was last year, was about, is it her time to get a major? And now this win, knocking off, doing it with all the pressure in Thailand, her kind of saying, this is a big deal. I think I kind of put this in the newsletter too. Like, if this is the time, that she will look back at this week as helping her get over the hump. I just think it's interesting. I was looking back at the majors, and obviously a lot of it matches what she's doing in the regular tournaments in terms of top 10s. She's has about 2 top 10s every year in the majors. Do you guys want to guess how many missed cuts she's had in majors since her first full season,
I'll take the
2022? What do you think?
I'll take the under.
Okay.
I don't know, 1 or 2, 1, 2.
Sophie?
Is it 0?
She would have missed a British. She don't like the British,
Yeah.
surely.
So she's missed actually 6 cuts since 2022.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Total 6 missed cuts since 2022. That's majors and regular tournaments. But 4 of those are in majors. So there's something, I think there is something. Sophie, you talked about how high her floor was early on in that career. I think there's a little bit something where that floor maybe drops a bit in these majors. And it obviously they're the toughest tournaments on the schedule, right? But I think you look at those missed cuts, 2 of those 4 are US Women's Open, arguably the toughest, if you will, tournament the gals are going to play. I'm just curious, and I'm just kind of wondering, is raising that floor a little bit, it's a game of inches. It's a shot or 2 here or there. Is raising that floor a little bit, kind of getting over the hump maybe at a US Open, is that kind of the key to unlocking the major door, right? I just kind of found that interesting. She's only missed 6 cuts since she was full-time on LPGA, 4 of those majors. Thoughts? Agree? Disagree? Am I digging too deep into it?
I don't think so. I mean, I'll let Sophie go. I have my theory, but
I'm just having a look at when the miscuts were. So 2 of them was the
1 in 2022.
Was in 2023. Right. Okay.
Yes. 2 in 2023, US Women's Open KPMG. 2024, she missed Evian. In 2025 last year, US Women's Open.
there has to be one, like something overlapping with a little bit of an injury, I think, maybe.
Potentially.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yes.
say thumb injury
Potentially.
on that one.
Yep.
I strongly believe if the Chevron was at Palm Springs, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fits her game well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is she doesn't like wind, so she's like, not US Opens can get firm and windy. It wouldn't be the best suit for her, but I don't know. There's no reason why she's not won one for me. I think we are clutching.
It's like, right. Like, you've seen players, and you've seen this stuff. Sophie, you played, you went through this. Like, you watch players develop, right? They have to go through a little bit of tribulation to learn kind of like that, going through the experience of dealing with something. And like, I do think winning this week at home with the expectation of like, as much as she'll never say like, oh, I had expectation to win. Like, as a player, you have it, right? It's always kind of like built into you. Like, playing in front of your people is really like a big deal. And so I think maybe accomplishing this will hopefully get her across the line. I think you have to go through, it's kind of like a step process, right? You kind of have to learn, go through it, deal with some hard problems, and then build up. You just don't shoot straight to the top. I mean, I know she's number 1 in the world, and we have a lot of expectations on her, but I think she's kind of slowly developing it. Maybe a little too slow for what we want her to do, but I think this might be the year. I think maybe.
Yeah, it's with her winning, with Charlie winning, with Nelly winning, even though it was wacky at Lake Nona. The storylines and the anticipation building to the first major to Memorial Park is pretty great right now, and I'm just excited to see kind of what's to come, and happy for Gino. I mean, it's just cool to see someone that's so likable. She's so funny. She's self-deprecating. She's got all the star potential, and I just think getting a major from the American bias here, getting a major over here stateside is kind of what's next to kind of catapult that even further and start building more of the stardom that she has at home here stateside. For better or for worse, it's the majors that do that. And I'm really excited with how things have started out these first few events, kind of what we're building towards with the majors. All right. What other notes, Sophie? Any other things?
Anything else? Anything else you saw on the grounds there in Thailand you kind of want to illuminate, or any other good play you saw, or funny stories from the week?
We have a funny story about Lydia, and this is Katrina's doing. So Lydia's got this Lydia's got this new golf bag, right? It's designed especially for her. And I was just looking at her back and in the reception, and her sister's like, "Are you all right?" Like, I was just like this. Oh my God, that is like, it's this Scotty Cameron golf bag and it's sick. It's like aqua and grey. And she's like, "Is everything okay?" I was thinking, oh God, I must be like, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm just checking out the golf bag. I've not seen this before." So then she starts telling me the story about basically Lydia's not got a bag sponsor. So asked Scotty Cameron if she could have a golf bag. Like, blows my mind. And Scotty doesn't do this for anybody. Like, no one carries a Scotty Cameron golf bag. But he's obviously letting Dame Lydia do it.
Mm-hmm.
So Katrina comes over and we're having this conversation, and basically like Lydia's like, "Yes, you know, I've had this putter for years," and I just asked him for the golf bag. And Katrina looks in like the front of the bag where the wedges are, and she goes, "Where's your putter?" Lydia's face is like, where, like she's lost her firstborn, you know, like one of them. And she goes, what? She's like, "It's not there." So she's looking, and then it was in the back of a bag behind one of the woods. Oh, no. I've never seen Lydia look so worried in my life. I think Katrina was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like."
Paul Cormack almost got fired there for.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah. So, that was a little bit of a nerve-wracking thing for her.
Fun to see Lydia play good. Aria played good. Like, it was a great leaderboard. Chizzy, the EY sure do like Thailand. I loved, you know, Chizzy kind of taking the role of Akie from last year and making a run for it.
I'm in on those two. They're great. Like, God, they don't lay up. They don't lay up ever.
It's fun to watch. I like watching them.
They're very good golfers. Chizzy, excellent chipper. Like, I would put Chizzy a better chipper than Akie. Akie maybe a little bit longer off the tee. Mm-hmm. But it's very unusual. We're saying this on the coverage, to have a set of sisters that are that close in terms of ability. There's normally one that is, but if you look at all of their stats and everything, they are tight in terms of who's the best.
It's kind of like, think of like the Jutanigarn sisters. They were like the total opposites. It was always funny watching them play practice rounds together, because they were doing like the totally opposite thing. What do you make of Somi Lee? Did you get to see her hit any shots this week? Like, what do you think of her game?
Yeah, I've seen her a couple of times. She did well in the Saudi Ladies International. And I think when there's somebody, like, she's about my height, I think you look at people that potentially you could have their swing or hit it as far as them. So she's only kind of a 155 7 iron, but her swing's really tight. I did enjoy it. And on the second day, obviously she didn't miss a shot. And then I went out with her on the third day and looked a little bit nervous, you know, was calling her caddy over a few on the putts and was hitting it left. And I was saying on the coverage that, you know, left is body stops, hands take over. You're a little bit tight. You're not quite getting through it. And that classic, you make the turn, and she lit up again. Yeah, good golf swing wise. Very good. Flat ball flight. It's a bit of a different ball flight than I've seen from a lot of the players. It's flat. It's not raking right to left, but tidy golf swing. And just occasion. You know, I think getting in that final group, you're just progressing, aren't you? There's a stat that she's led after two rounds a couple of times and not finished inside the top 10. But it's early days for her. Golf swinger, I'm a big fan of.
And the bucket hat. I like the bucket hat.
Yeah. She's got some personality too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Other kind of notes, I want to talk about Lottie. She finished T15. She kind of put out that she finally figured out the greens on Sunday. I think final round 64 to kind of jump up. And that's kind of the what we might see a little bit this year. She's starting to see these courses for the first time and play a full schedule. There's going to be some stuff that she just has to learn and kind of adjust to. Lottie's ranked 8th in the world. Charlie's ranked 3rd. Mimi Rhodes is all the way up to 62. Sophie, how much do you love these English ladies having a moment right now?
It's the first time we've had 2 in the top 10 ever, I think.
I was wondering if there's other. I can't recall, but I know you would know it better than I would. So I was kind of waiting to see if you knew this.
Since it started, anyway. Yeah, I mean, very, very much so. Yeah, it makes my research a lot easier. It really does.
Yeah.
And, I think it's. I don't know. Who do you want to start with? Lottie said she struggled on the grain of the greens this week, and then obviously once she worked that one out, she was good. So.
Gotcha. I let's start with Charlie, and what she did in Saudi. Just that back nine kind of push. I think like what I'm interested in is it's building towards Solheim Cup this year. Mimi's got an outside chance, to potentially kind of get a captain's pick. I'm kind of high on her. I'm interested to see what she does. I don't know if she'll be at Singapore, but I'm assuming she'll be at.
She's in Singapore.
She will be, yeah. So she's got Singapore and Blue Bay. Just how are they in England? Is it making inroads into like general sports audience? Obviously, Charlie, is popular everywhere she goes. But is this kind of, this threesome here? Are they making kind of inroads into kind of general sports audience? I'm just curious about the popularity in England of these three.
Well, Charlie is our moves the needle, I suppose, in terms of TV coverage.
Yeah.
Like Rory will do for the men's game when he plays well. If Charlie does well, Sky Sports are very, very happy with that. I did see a really good stat. The Women's Scottish Open, when Lottie won, was one of the most watched golfing, events we had that year. Blew everything out the water in terms of audience for the last few Scottish Opens. And those 3 weeks with Lottie in the golfing world was pretty wild. And she broke through a little bit into like BBC. She was on BBC Sport, that kind of thing. It quietens down a touch because they go back. It's the opposite to you. Like when they go to America, it's not quite as big a deal.
Yeah.
But it was big news that Lottie went in as favourite for the AIG Women's Open as betting. That got a lot of traction. Charlie's the most well known, I think she might be the most well known, the female golfer in the world.
Yeah.
For everybody watching,
right?
Not just avid golf fans. Nelly, definitely for avid golf fans, but the casual YouTube, TikTok, Instagram fan is in on Charlie, I suppose.
Agreed.
But it got, for me, like there's really nice separation between them because Lottie's a little bit like the Georgia Hall, where she is the golfer that everyone thought an English golfer would be. And Charlie's not. So you have the two extremes, but both of them are doing really well. Like Lottie's with Titleist, FootJoy, she's ticking all of those boxes.
Yeah.
And Charlie's with Rockstar and TaylorMade and Melbourne. You get both.
Yep.
But what I would say with Chaz is, 3 wins now in 18 months. We've spoken about not winning enough. She's started to win. Yeah. Obviously 2 of them were Riyadh Golf Club, and I walked both of them with her. 17th green, winning for the first time in a while. Had a 3-shot lead. Looked edgy, Looked she. This is only my opinion, but 3-putted 17 looked like it was, oh my God, I am going to win. This is great. I'm a bit nervous. Don't mess it up. Of course, I'm not going to mess it up. That, second guessing yourself because it'd been a while. This year in Riyadh, totally different woman. Yeah. Boom, on it. First, sat with her Pro-Am. What's the prize money this week, Soph? $750,000. Okay. It's, I'm in,
let's do this.
Cash is king. Let's go and get it.
Yeah.
She's the best.
She knows far more than you think. Somebody said this week, she doesn't know much about a golf swing, does she? And she doesn't know. I'm like,
she's a golf sicko.
Yeah.
bollocks. Like, she knows everything about her golf swing, and she gives no damn about your golf swing.
Yeah.
And I think so people that have ADHD have a superpower, right? Something that they're obsessed with. That's Charlie's golf. So that's her superpower, and she just lives and breathes the thing, and she needs it to keep herself Charlie. But what you have to admire with her is how tight her circle is. She's had the same coach, Matt Belsham, since day one, well, nearly day one, like a teenager. Nick Soto, her putting coach, stable one, Northampton. Adam, her caddy, over a decade. Vicky, her agent, since day one. Her like best friends around her. They're so close and so tight, and she really values them, and she doesn't let the outside world in because she does not need them.
Yeah.
And her consistency of what she works on in her golf game and all of that around her, that consistency really helps her stay where she needs to be in that right lane to do well. So I love the fact that she can manage her ADHD through that, and she's aware of that. And so many players, Matthew, they're like, let's try this, let's do that. It takes a lot for Charlie to change a club. Like, one club in the bag is a big deal for her to change.
Still playing the blades. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Nah, she's got a 4-iron with a little bit of help. Just saying.
Still, like, I don't think you can find a set of blades in any player's bags anymore.
No. I mean, there's not much. There's some
help. Maturity that's happened there, I think, too, just from watching her through the years. I think she's like been through some personal stuff and developed some, even like learning about herself and developing some on the outside the golf course thing too, which is helpful to her.
She's 30 next month.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Just
what
growth.
Do you like about...
I said a couple of years ago, like, I trust Charlie now on the golf course.
Yeah.
And now it's even more than that,
I still get anxiety when she's putting with the flag in, though. I still think it's going to go binking off of it. I can't, like, it drives me. I'm just scared something's going to happen or something. I don't know. I can't. I'm scared.
What do you like about Mimi, Sophie?
Mimi's a better pro than she was an amateur. And you don't see that very often. How many people do you like, who had a great amateur career and didn't quite do it? I had her with my England. I was an England selector for like a decade, and she would frustrate you sometimes because you could see it. Like, and then as soon as she turned pro, I'm like, I get it now. Like, this is you. You've got an arrogance which amateur golfers don't like, but professional golfers is needed because it's a belief. It's not an arrogance. She went to private school, a place called Millfield in England, and had, she's got a younger sister, Patience, who is very good at golf. Will be turning pro soon. But she went there without Patience, and she said, I had to be by myself, and that was unusual for me because I got quite a close family, the Rhodeses, and that made her to the extent that in an individual sport. So turning pro, I just think if you win 3 times, great. But she won 3 times from the front, which was cool. And then you're like asked the question of, okay, well, the level of those LET events, what next? And she's really progressed nicely in bigger tournaments. And some people things happen to. She held the winning putt at Sunningdale at the Curtis Cup.
Right.
Was she the MVP? No, but she got the winning moment. She made 2 hole-in-ones last year on the LET. One of them was on television with the most gorgeous backdrop in Tenerife, so it went viral. The other one is the AIG Women's Open.
Right.
It hits Steph Kyriaka's golf ball and goes in. Stuff that just goes boom. It happens to some people. She makes a putt on the LPGA Q Series. What do you call it? Finals.
Yeah, Q
like
Series.
The final
Q
Series. Yeah. One putt gets you your card.
Had to make it.
You got to do it.
Make it.
Done. I like that.
Me too.
I like that.
I'm high on her. I feel like people are probably like, why are you always talking about Mimi Rhodes? I'm very high on her, and you kind of nailed the head. It seems like when the moment she's grabbing the moments that are coming her way, and she just, I mean, you were on LET for almost a little over a decade, right? I mean, she flew through it in a year, and it's like, oh, that's nothing. Yeah, on to the next thing. And I'm just excited to see how these first few like LPGA events go for her and how she kind of steps into this next thing, because it's just one big step after another for her right now, and it's very cool the speed at which she's done it.
I do think it's a big jump. Like, it is a big
It
jump.
is, yes.
But
yes.
she will be looking at Lottie and thinking, well, I used to play golf with her. And that's what's good about an English golf system, that they can look next to each other and go, right, there's Charlie, there's Lottie, there's Mimi. And the next one that comes on, you can see the progression, and that's important.
All right, then who's next then, Sophie? If we're calling the next English
Is
star.
it Patience? Sister Patience?
Yeah, can you imagine? I don't know. I don't know at the minute. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. I think Patience finishes school in April.
Yeah,
I think
you
you're
better
right.
like Beanie's next door. She's the Curtis Cup captain.
She knows.
Chance of bringing her. You know when English golf is in a good way, when Katrina's like, yeah, like you ask her about Scottish golf and she goes, yeah, it's okay, but like English golf's doing well at the moment, and it must pain her to say
That's
that.
tough.
That's
tough.
God. She's not competitive.
But she's GB&I, right? She's Capitano, so the Curtis Cup, so she has to look out for that.
Yeah,
you can't even beat her into the gym. It seems like this week.
No, she is. Oh my God, she is in the gym every day. God. That's what major champions do, Matthew.
I know.
Yeah.
I still remember my first come to Jesus moment with Beanie. We played as Michelle and Danielle against Beanie and Creanie Shea and alt shot at Solheim Cup, and we just got beat like a drum. It was like a clinical surgical how you play alt shot, and just like they just took around this, like spun us around the golf course 6 ways. I think they beat us like 6-5 or something stupid. And I was like, why were we even out there? I should have just been done after the first hole. But that was one of my first like, oh man, she's really like, they're just proper players.
God, I mean, I have to say, what a great coworker, Sophie. Like I have a slight obsession with Beanie. I think that her open win, whatever it was, like 11 weeks or whatever after having her kid, is like one of the most underrated, should be talked about more feats. And she's just, I mean, incredible.
Yeah. And
she's good in the booth. Yeah. I love her insight and what she brings to the booth. I mean, it's straightforward. It's critical when it needs to be. And I think that's key in the booth, is calling stuff as you see it. And yeah, she's it's a great little team. I enjoy the listen every time you
throw in a couple of bad Tom Abbott jokes.
Yeah, but it's fair game. You know, you can take it.
I know.
I think Tom's been really good with Beanie, because he will sit and have breakfast. We've hung out a bit, which has helped.
Yeah.
You know, you have breakfast, you'll be on the bus together, and he will listen to some of the things that she's been saying, and then he will ask her the question. He knows the answer because he's and he will say, why is the course playing a bit harder? Why is the scoring not as good as yesterday, Katrina? And then she'll just go, so he sets her up, and then she just takes it.
Yeah, love it.
That's a good crew. I don't know if I have much else from Thailand. Just kind of pretty fantastic way for Gino to kind of knock that off. And like I said, it's some momentum, some building, some storylines growing, and anticipation kind of, once we kind of get everyone together. I wish it was happening sooner. It should be fun. I don't
know what you mean. You keep saying about this together.
Like, who's missing?
They're all there next week.
I don't know. Yeah. Almost.
All but one.
Other, just like a couple quick things. Craig Kessler was in the booth for quite a while. I liked that. I really can't recall Molly doing that much. I think like CME and would kind of come on live for majors, but like in the booth over in Asia, just enjoyed that, and enjoying the visibility and being out there more, I think is key as we're kind of building and hopefully more good things to come. I think we can put a bow on Thailand. Going to be very cool this time next year to see Gino coming in as defending champ. I think that'll be fun. Who knows? Will she still be number one? Will she have the major at that time? But what a welcome that's going to get when she defends next year. We're going to talk Singapore next because Sophie's hopping on a plane, getting over to Singapore here in a bit. But we're going to talk about Good Walk Coffee, who is bringing you this episode today. Our friends at Good Walk, you guys know the drill with Good Walk. We have two blends with them. Fried Egg Golf Blend, which is a medium light roast. Shotgun Start Blend, which is kind of a darker medium roast. Both are great. You can get these blends ground or whole bean. And the best thing about Good Walk is the subscription that they have. So you can get it every week, 2 weeks, monthly, whatever works for your coffee intake, however much or how little you need. But the best thing about that is you don't have to think about it. It just shows up on your doorstep, and it's good stuff. It's always fresh. They've been a long time kind of partner of Fried Egg, and so always happy to talk about the blends. It's a staple in my house. I know it is in yours too, Matthew. You still rocking medium dark? That's your go-to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got a shipment coming Monday. I'm pretty stoked because I just ran out this weekend. It was long weekend of playing some golf, so I kind of need some more coffee in the house. So I'm excited to have I got my emails coming. They're very poignant about when they're telling you when it's coming, and it comes pretty quick. So I'm excited.
That's
and
nice.
Fresh.
When you're running low and then you get the email, it's like, whew, okay, it's coming. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be all
It's
set.
more like I don't have to take my kids to the grocery store. That's kind of
correct
where my head's at. But
that's exactly where mine is too. So check out our blends with Good Walk at goodwalkcoffee.com/fried egg. If you are going to subscribe, which I recommend you do, if you use the code fried egg at checkout, you'll get 20% off your order. If you're doing this subscription, you always get 10% off. So the subscription is great for its automatic delivery. You also get a little bit off your order too, which is awesome. So if you use the code fried egg and you're subscribing, you're going to get that 10% off, and you're going to get an additional 20% off. Let's do the math. 10 plus 20, 30% off that order. It's a pretty good chunk of change off your order. So go to goodwalkcoffee.com/fried egg. Check it out, and thank you to Good Walk. Okay, we're hopping on the plane. We are going to Singapore. Matthew, you want to take us there? Give us a little bit of a lowdown of course and all that?
Yep, going on off Good Walk. I know Sophie loves her tea. I'm sure she's happy to get to Singapore where they have tea's good in Singapore, right? They have some good tea over there, huh?
Yeah, apparently the coffee's great in Asia, but I'm not a coffee drinker, hence why
I know
I
you're
just
not.
sat and listened to that.
I was going to toss it to you, and then I was like, no, don't toss it to Sophie. Don't throw her that.
Yeah.
We're going to the for Asia's major, the 17th playing of the HSBC Women's World Championship. Going to the Sentosa Golf Club. It's the New Tanjong course, right, Sophie? Is that what they call it? Or Tanjong? They kind of call it different things on the website. It's in Singapore, obviously. Kind of hodgepodge. Architects Frank Pennick was built in 1974, redesigned by he's a superintendent, this fella, I believe, right? Andrew Johnston, not Andrew Johnson. So don't think it's Andy Johnson that designed this place. Don't come for our boy Andy.
Don't come for Andy.
It was done in 2016, and that's kind of the place. The tournament used to be hosted it's been in existence since 2008. It's kind of crazy. This tournament's kind of been going on for so long. Yeah. I was looking at this. This is kind of wild. So when the tournament started in 2008, it was like a 60-player field or something, or even smaller. And the purse was $2 million in 2008. Wow. It's kind of crazy. The purse has actually started higher, got bumped back down, and it's now coming back up to $3 million. We kind of like did a little dip there. HSBC must have had a hard time or something there in the middle. So we're going to New Tanjong. They used to be played at the Serapong course. Have you been to the Serapong, the other course there, Sentosa?
That was the creamer putt, wasn't it?
The creamer putt.
That was around there, right?
Yeah, I just remember Michelle used to tell me the stories. There was a par 5 that kind of rings around this like lagoon there on the other side of the Sentosa Island there next to Singapore, and she used to hit 7-iron off the tee because she couldn't hit the tee shot on in play because these palm trees were in the way. She's got 7-iron, like 4-iron like wedge or something just to kind of play it and keep it in play. It was kind of a wacky little layout, but the New Tanjong's pretty good. It's quite like the conditioning's really insane. How good they get this place in good shape. I have a little bit of bias around the place. I won an event there with Michelle in 2018. Not
Yeah.
that I don't want to toot my own horn.
Mm-hmm.
Should have brought my flag out for the show. They've changed a little bit. I know they changed what is it, the third hole they've changed since I've been there. Kind of they lengthened it up the hill. It's a fun little golf course. Sophie, you've been there a couple of times. What's your background there? Like, I'm kind of curious to get your takes on it.
Yeah, I've been there the last couple of years. They have sub air on
That's
every
right.
single green there.
Yeah.
So Andrew's the man, by the way. So
Yeah. I remember
he
talking.
has
I
he
remember
has the
talking to him
sub
and
air
telling him.
on his mobile phone on an app, and he can turn it on and off.
Yeah.
And it's like $1 million. I assume it's Singapore.
Yeah.
$1 million a green sub air. This is a high end golf club. It's always in beautiful condition, but unfortunately, you do need the sub air because you can get some storms.
Because basically it's like Florida in the summer. It rains about 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock every single day. I remember though the first year we played it in 2017, that 12th hole, that down the hill long par 4 around the big tree there. It was like the green was impossible. The hole. I just remember telling Michelle, like, I think you just gotta like lay up to the front right and have the easier chip. And so thinking about some of the holes on the golf course, I'm trying to think about a focus hole. I think the 12th is kind of my focus hole because the back nine it's pretty straightforward. There's a short par 4 on the back nine. They can make drivable. I don't know if they still do that or not. I know they did that. They've dabbled with it some in the past, but it's kind of a wonky little finish, but it's still a good golf course. The scores don't get too low. We had Lydia Ko win there last year at 13 under par. So it's kind of a different test than Thailand where you just see birdies and 62s and all that brother. So there's a little more thinking about where your golf ball lands and bounces thanks to Andrew's sub air. TV times real quick. I hope this is accurate because I know the Golf Channel website tends to not be accurate with this Asian stuff. Wednesday to Saturday, it's pretty easy. We're just doing this 8:30 to 1:30, 8:30 p.m. Eastern to 1:30 a.m. Eastern on Golf Channel. Should be pretty standard. You get a nice little big. You guys are going to be in the air for a long time. It seemed like. So I think you guys got a big window.
You see, I don't think it's a big window because we do work like 18 hole 5. Like
I know.
LET's maybe 4 hours, but then when you do DP World, it's 5 hours, and we talk through breaks.
I'm used to like in the stateside events, you get like a 3-hour window, and that's all you get.
Okay.
Sometimes
so
too.
that's why I'm like, yeah, that's like this is like a lot. I had to double check it to make sure it was right.
Yeah. We go from the first hole to the 18th.
Imagine that. What a concept. What a concept.
Yeah. Yep. Lydia Ko,
I'd be watching it anyway, so I might as well.
Yeah, it's
a
fun late night watch. To kind of DVR it and watch the next morning. It's tough to like. The tough part about technology these days is you wake up and you can pull the scores up or you see the social media, so you kind of know what's going on. But it's always fun to go back and watch it when you have time to sit down. I think the cool thing about this event, if they dubbed it Asia's Major, because they've always kind of been very poignant about having really, really good fields. And they kind of pull the field, not like a typical LPGA event, especially in Asia. They kind of go off world top 30 as kind of their first eligibility standard. And then they kind of pulled top 80 LPGA after that. So you have basically 9 out of the top 10 in the world. Nelly, notably absent from there. Not that we haven't talked about that at all. It looks like, I think by my count, you have like 27 of the top 30 from what I saw. It's an insane, like, stacked field. You got also some cool sponsor invites. Lilia Vu's out playing. You got Mimi Rhodes, we talked about. And also Shannon Tan, local Shannon Tan, who... Was she Order of Merit winner last year on LET, right? So she's obviously playing well. She's Singaporean, correct?
Correct.
So yeah, so it's kind of like maybe another hometown story. Shannon Tan comes out and you get 2 hometown winners in their home events. I might have a cool opportunity there. So I'm looking forward. What's your take on this tournament and how it stands for you, Sophie?
I always think it's saying that. I just said Paula Creamer won at another course. I like it when you go back to the same course.
Yeah,
because like with Thailand, you remember holes, and for me at Sentosa, it's cool going around and thinking, like when Hannah Green won. Hannah Green had lost that event in years previous with a bad finish, and I think Kyoju Kim won it that year. When a couple of years later she comes back, I think she finished birdie to beat Celine Boutier. So it's cool how there's a history on an event. Lydia winning last year, it meant the world to her. The interview at the end, it was just like, this is one that I really, really wanted to win. And it's more important to the Asia players and the world players, stroke Australasia. It's this side of the world. And you'd mentioned 27 out of 30 in the world are there. There probably wouldn't be as many as that if there was more Americans in the top 30.
Right.
I'm not saying I get it, because I don't know what it's like to walk in their shoes, but Hannah Green didn't come over and play Florida because it was a one-off event. No one says anything about that. And then obviously Lauren Coughlin's injured, but she was saying a bit like, I haven't had an off season because the Grant Thornton goes so late. So if we could get the Grant Thornton coming a bit earlier, then there is a potential to have more of an off season for the American based players that then could maybe come to Asia.
Yeah.
They're also getting sent over in a lay flat business class seat and a nice free hotel room at the Fairmont or whatever they're staying. So I kind of don't have too much sympathy for them. But
the world's changed though, Matthew. I know that's it's not enough anymore. That's standard.
Yeah.
Which is great for them in terms of what the standards that they have.
Yeah.
You speak to a few of the players, like Shoji took a bit of time off last year because she felt like she was a bit burnt out from it all towards the end of the season. Ronnie has the summer off really after the majors. There are players that have their time off in different sections of the season. The Japanese players don't stop playing. They play all the time.
God, that's insane. Yeah. They're like the absolute, they're machines.
Yes. And with the majors being so condensed this year, I do understand. I want Nelly there for my own benefit, for the world of golf benefit.
20 straight Asian events in a row.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, right. Okay, I can't. But I'm just saying. I just wanted to play devil's advocate.
I know.
It's a very good
point.
I know you are. It's a very good point. It's hard to like when we talk about the schedule. It's hard to see the crowds that we're at Thailand. It's hard to see the crowds that are going to be out at Singapore. You look at the crowds that come out at Korea and say, well, we need, and I know that I've said, I don't know if there should be two Asian swings. I don't know. Can we figure out a way to consolidate? Do you lose one or two? But then you see the crowds and it's like, yeah, you need to be over there. You just need to figure out how to get everybody over there. And the Nellies and everybody over there consistently and playing in more than just, one of the Asian swing events altogether. It's tricky because you see these crowds and then we'll be over in America soon. And I don't know who I want to call out, whether it's, FM championship in Arizona and sparse crowds, sprinkling of people here and there. And if you're at the LPGA, it's like, well, yeah, I get the benefit of being on TV in America during, the Saturday afternoon on Golf Channel and whatever. But it's like, dude, look at the difference in the popularity in Asia. And that's the balance and the very difficult puzzle of the schedule to figure out. It's tricky. There's not really an easy solution.
But it's not our job, so
it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. We just get to talk about it. That's all. That's the best part.
Yeah. I would say from a TV point of view, also a playing point of view, being in both camps on this, crowd, atmosphere. Yeah. Oh, it makes all the difference in the world.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
I think that it's like the Thai crowds at Thailand following Gino were pretty massive. Like HSBC, there's some crowds, but it's not like
Singapore's not a big golfing place, is it, compared to Thailand?
Maybe I'm just recency bias of Lydia's win, and the turnout for that was pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, hospitality will always be busy, Meg.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
The best part, I remember. So Michelle makes this great putt when we won in 2018 off the front of the green, kind of like big off the green, makes this putt to kind of sneak out the win by one. And if you ever go back and like watch the highlight, you hear this loud like crash, like someone wrecked a golf cart or dropped like a catering chalet like in her backstroke while this is all going on. And somehow it still made the putt like in this giant hospitality setup they have. It's a really cool build of that, dude. Like the whole left side of 18s, this giant like 2 or 3 stories thing. It's gotten bigger every year. I feel like every time I've seen it. So that was always a funny tidbit. If you go look at the highlight, you hear this like loud crash in the highlights. The highlight, like all the caddies and me all looked different direction. I almost missed seeing the puck go in because I was trying to figure out what the heck happened.
Somebody was trying to rush something up to the buffet line and slipped and fell. Huh? Yeah.
It was a really. I must say, sometimes like I think of my job and go, this isn't work. And Thailand didn't, I had 4 days with Gino, but watching Lydia win in Singapore and the way Lydia, I always describe her as an artist, the way she just manipulates that golf ball around a golf course, which is a big track because it's soft. Yeah. The greens are firm, but it's soft. Lydia's hitting the driver way better, by the way.
She got some speed.
Little cuts. Yeah, the little cut isn't, the butter cut just to keep it in play is not there. She's hitting it good. Still pegging it down, but it's got a nice flight to it. She's getting some distance back, which is exciting to see.
How long do you think she's going to keep on playing? You think, Lydia? I've always that's been in the back of my head of like, when is she going to step away?
The game's still so solid.
Yeah. Well, she's always said she's retiring when she's 30.
She said she won't be playing by the next Olympics, right?
Right.
So that'll be So that's
kind of my clock. Yeah.
As long as she's here, just drink her in.
Totally.
Because you don't know. You don't know when she's going to go. And that's got. I think Singapore is a really just fabulous event. I very much enjoy it. I like the TV production. I like the place. Food's great.
The food
and. It'll be easier for me to walk around the golf course this time because the crowds won't be quite as big. But I'm hoping they go Gino, Charlie, and Lydia.
I think they
Thursday. Just get me out there.
I think they do it by world ranking on the Thursday, don't they? Usually.
Is it world ranking?
Maybe. I'd love that.
Maybe I'm making that up.
Because that's world number 1, 3, and your winner. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, and Gino was second last year, runner-up last year, so she likes.
And those three really enjoy playing together. Lydia and Charlie get on great on the golf course, and so does Lydia and Gino this week. They look to have a nice relationship between them, and it'll be 3 different styles of golf, which is great to watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, any other players you think have a chance? Are you looking at this week? I know Hannah Green had a sneaky top 10 last week, and she's won here before in the past. Do you think she's kind of maybe trying to show some form?
Yeah, she's got hubby on the bag. I think Dave Buhai's sorting out his visa back in America.
South Africans get visas anywhere.
Yeah, if Greenie hits it good off the tee, if she can keep it in play off the tee, she'd be. That's her key. From a approach play, excellent. Shoju, I think, is just always bubbling. Like it's just, her short game is insane. That's what I've been really impressed with, actually. The few times that I've been up close with the LPGA girls, their short games are getting really tight. Shoju's especially.
She's got Travis. I'll be watching. With her now, so kind of a new ad.
Oh yeah? I'll be watching to see if Hejin Choi can get the winner. If she's just going to be another top 10, rattle off another top 10. She's just every single event right up there. But I don't know. Is there a win coming? Or is it just top 10 machine once again? T8 in Thailand. I mean, just not every single event almost
in the world.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
I walked with her in Saudi. She was in the final group in Saudi.
Right.
Just didn't hit enough greens. Just chipped and putted well, but just didn't hit enough greens to go low.
Yeah. I like this stretch. It's I think having Lydia defend, having Gino coming in, already won, having Charlie coming in, already won. You're primed to have another great week. And it's, I just wonder, American bias again, are people paying attention? Are they watching? Are they, because it's really good. Like it's really like the Gino win. This is really, really good.
Yeah, it's
You got
There's a
Lydia
little
up
more.
there
There's
too,
a
and
little more
it's-
cooking. I think there's a little more social stuff cooking this week with the Gino win coming out of Thailand. I think just from what I saw. I don't know if that's hashtag Chad kind of getting the cooking a little bit already, making some moves. We do need to get hashtag Chad to get rid of the LPGA winner selfie picture that's been going on since like
You don't like the winner
2012.
selfie?
That's completely staged by the on-site photographer, that they're not even taking a selfie. It's like the on-site like Getty guy like
It's not
puts
a real
camera up to
selfie?
their look at it. Go look at the pictures. It's like
they
their
do
hand.
that.
They do the fake hand with like the Getty
Oh, come on now.
tournament. Yeah. So like just we need to nix it. That's
Okay.
over. The winter selfies are
I don't
over.
know. I think that's part of it now. That's like, you know,
We're gonna
Done
do
it
new
for so
things.
long.
We
Yeah.
got a new thing. It's been like you get some of them are so bad. There's some really egregious ones where like the hands like kind of like it's really, if you know what you're looking at, it's pretty funny.
I haven't been.
enjoy
I need
it.
to pay closer attention. I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
the,
Sophie,
the time
what's-
difference is very hard. I get it. It's
Yeah.
even
Yeah, it
hard
is.
in England. Like, you know, I think the magical Kenya Open was on Sky Sports Golf when we were on the back nine. Like we were on the main channel, the main Sky Sports channel, and Sky Sports Golf. Couldn't have asked for any more, but that was until 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then it gets bumped, and you think, oh God, that was a
I get
really
Sophie. I have
good
a
watch.
Can I ask you a really dumb question? Like, do you guys back home, are they able to like record stuff and watch it? Is that like an easy thing to do back home in the UK, like recording and like DVRing and okay?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
technology exists.
It's not the Stone
We
Age.
just press
over there.
record.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Have you been to England many times, Meg? There's some things back there. Like if you try to drive on those roads that are about as wide as a sidewalk, I mean, some of it is.
we don't like when your LPGA golf is on apps. Ours isn't on the app. Ours will always be
Right.
on a Sky Sports channel.
But you could go back and rewatch it if you wanted to like tune in and see the coverage.
You would have to record it to go back and watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but it'll always be on a channel live
Yeah.
on Sky
Yeah.
Sports.
we're
It might
just-
just be on Mix or something.
Yeah,
or
we're just
Red
getting
Button.
that this year with Golf Channel, it all being live like that. I mean,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways,
Okay.
they have you guys
I
got a
would-
little bit better over there.
They
Yeah,
gotta play one of these things at night or something to get the times flipped. Do you imagine doing that? That'd be kind of interesting, wouldn't it?
night golf.
But then
I don't know.
this is what we're saying about being biased. Thousands of people are watching this in Japan and Thailand.
right,
I
right,
know.
right,
Yeah.
And it's prime for them.
and it is more global of a tour than anything else out there. From the places they go to the leaderboard week in and week out, and yeah, the talk of last year with the no repeat winners and some really kind of head scratching. Who is that even? Winners. I'm hoping and jonesing for another big name in Singapore because I think let's keep the momentum going
Odds are
with the
pretty
big
good.
name
Odds
winners.
are pretty
I know
good.
the
Yeah,
odds are.
Hey, Matthew,
yeah.
there's been some good winners there, haven't there?
Yeah, there
Some
has
big
been. Yeah.
names.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
I just
yeah.
look, anyone that's listening, if you can just get out to an LPGA event and see it. I don't do many American ones, so I don't. But okay, if there isn't many fans there, then you can add to the fans.
Sure.
But that means also you can get closer. You can see it up close, and it's impressive. I'm a golf fan, and since retiring, the levels are just going up and up and up for everybody, which is probably why so many people did win last year. And to separate yourself from a good LPGA player means that you are just really like the respect that you can see that these very good golfers have for a Gino at the moment. It's they know she's playing really well, and they've got respect for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sophie, which place is hotter, Thailand or Singapore?
Trick question.
God. Yeah, that's a tough question. I had the Somi Lee hat on. I had now they have the arm
The sun sleeves, yeah.
Sleeves.
protection. Yeah, I had that on. It's hot. Like there's a certain level. Like you have this thing where it's like, what is it? Like 100%. What's your heat index? I just heard Tom Abbott talking about it. I have
Yeah.
no idea what that is. It just means
Well,
it's
Tom
really
Abbott will
hot.
wilt if he goes outside in the heat.
Yeah, the
Is
humidity
it
though is the
100?
killer. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if you get the
Yeah, see,
humidity up high,
humidity, it's
the
like
heat
humidity,
index,
but
woof. Yeah.
yeah. So Saudi was, I could feel my skin burn. It was
Oh
dry
God.
heat. That wasn't nice. And it was in the
Ugh.
desert. Whereas this week was Saturday, I had like sweat above my
yeah.
lip. That
Yeah. Oh
was really
yeah.
hot.
You're
So
just
I'm looking
melting.
at like Lydia, in fairness, was a bit warm. And then they all have these fans. Apparently, need to
Yeah.
get one off
Hannah had the
Amazon.
fan. Yeah.
Hannah Green had the fan. Gino had the fan. Need to get one of them. That was baking because there wasn't much wind. Singapore, I think Singapore goes another level, but you don't often get the really burning sunshine for a continuous amount of time
Yeah. You got
I,
some
because
the,
of
the
the
clouds.
walk at Thailand's
clouds.
a little more hilly. I used to almost semi
Mm.
black out on the 13th hole every single round caddying at Thailand. Going back
Really?
up that hill,
Woof.
and you turn around at Thailand, you can turn around and see back to the clubhouse, and you see how high it is, and you're like,
Buddha,
oh my
the Buddha
god,
on the hill.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. You're like, oh, I got to go back up there. Great, cool.
No,
Don't want to
mine's
die now.
9. Mine's 9
Oh, that
in
walk up nine's a
Thailand.
beat
That's
too.
tough.
But at least you get it's tough to beat the food in both places. You got the hawker halls in Singapore. Those like always Thailand and Singapore are like my two favorite weeks, just from the food and being in those places. Like it's two different places. Like obviously Thailand and Pattaya can be a little sketchy if you go in the wrong places. But you go get pad thai in the corner for like $1 from your buddy.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you go to Singapore and there's a lot of fancy stuff in Singapore, but there's also like hawker halls and like the cheapest 1-star, Michelin restaurant in the world. So it's kind of like a lot of fun different mixes of cultures and food.
Yeah, you get like
Variety.
you get massage for like $5.
Yeah.
Me and Beanie were there last night.
Did you hit
She
that
knows
up
she's
after
running on
the?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had 3 foot massages. We went
I
we
got
went
a
and
very-
we took Tom. That was funny watching Tom get a foot massage. And then just the cheap eats opposite, pad thais, pineapple, fried rice.
the
and
caddies
stuff.
all would go get dental work done in Thailand because it's so cheap
Yeah.
over there.
So
What?
cheap.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's everything's
Get
so
your
cheap
teeth
over there.
cleaned.
You get your teeth cleaned, you get like some serious dental work done, and it's like nothing.
What did we talk? Like getting your cavities filled, like root canal,
Yeah,
like full on.
you can if
Yeah.
you wanted, if
Or
you like were
whitened.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's a story of a caddy. I'm not going to name him. He went to one of these places at Pattaya there and did colonics. And if anyone knows how colonics works, don't do that in Thailand. And I'll just say it was a bad week for him. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh boy. Yeah. No, I think there's a line, and he went over the line.
Yeah. Singapore,
Yeah.
the girls like to go shopping because we are
Yeah, there's
we are right on Orchard Road, and like Lydia's sponsored by Boss, so she
Yeah.
goes and gets all her nice gear. But you do see all the
Are
girls
they still
pop
staying at
out.
the Fairmont there, or did they move to the Marina
I
Bay
think we're at the
Sands?
we're at the Hilton now.
Okay, it's all
so
the same.
we're
It's
still
all
we're still
some
in
fancy
the
hotel on
mix.
Orchard Road. Yeah.
So yeah, they go there shopping, and then Korea is all about the skincare.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
Asia's the best. I love Asia.
You gotta hydrate. Keep the hydration going, Sophie. What's after you're heading back to England after Singapore, and then what's kind of on the docket for you? Next few months or so.
I've got a little bit of time off actually. I don't start back on the LET until May, so I'm doing Chevron for BBC.
I was
back
just about to ask you if you go to
Manchester.
Chevron.
No, we do it from
Manchester.
Manchester, where I live.
Yeah.
Then I do Mauritius on the LET. Which,
Okay.
Yeah, do you know it? Because you don't sound as excited as you should be. No.
Well, it's
this
amazing.
tropical
Isn't it stunning?
island.
Yeah.
It's like where people go on honeymoon. It's insane.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about Mauritius. I'm going to go early to that. And then I start like LET pretty much for me starts in May, June.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then it
Yeah.
gets pretty busy. So
I'd said before in the past, Sophie, I'm coming around the LAT. I almost think the LAT is a better proving ground. The LPGA folks are coming after me for saying this too much, but I think it's better than like the Epsom folks. I think it prepares them better.
I've not done Epsom,
Somewhat.
so I don't know.
I
but
know. I
it's-
just
you
thinking of like
definitely
the
visit
quality of these
some nice
players.
places on the LET.
It's just more preparing you to
Um,
be a professional. I think they play better setups. I think over there.
Yeah, better setups. Money's getting better with the PIF investments and stuff. You can earn a nice living out there now.
Yeah.
And most of the players that finish in that top 10 tend to get their card. It's just that next step progression, which is a big jump. But it is.
I know
I
reached the end
assume
about it.
even if you come off Epsom, it's still a big jump as well.
It is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. It is. It is a big jump. Yeah. Well, I think that kind of puts a bow on it, but I loved kind of hearing what it was like from on the ground from you, Sophie. And we were talking earlier in the week. We're like, man, hope Gino kind of brings us home, because it'll be fun to chat on Sunday night. And she did it. And what a cool win. I'm really kind of happy for her. It feels like there's a sigh of relief. There's all right, I did this. Check that one off the list. It means a lot to her, and onward, and hopefully upward we go. So, Sophie, always enjoy hearing from you on the broadcast. It's always a well done job by you guys and the team. You're just extremely knowledgeable. You're one of the people I'm like, I think Sophie has more than 24 hours in the day, because, you know, you got this. You're also an instructor, a very, very good instructor. You, like I said, you played for a decade out on LET, now a very, very impressive a broadcasting career. So I don't know how you pack it all in, but keep on keeping on, because it's great work by you all, as always.
Oh, thank you very much. It helps if you like it. I'll love it, I suppose.
Yeah, the broadcasts are fun. You guys do a great job telling the stories of the holes and kind of like what's in front of them and what's like. It's a very simple, good, knowledgeable. I can't talk enough about it.
Yep,
Well,
absolutely.
I will take that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Sophie, thanks again. Safe travels, and we'll be listening to you in Singapore this week.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.